Hey, YouTube. It's been a long time. I realized that while I was going through my videos recently. So I've been on here a lot recently doing like research because as you'll see, I posted a video a couple days ago in regards to having had a tummy tuck done. And so since I've been on here a lot lately, I looked back and I was like, it's been 3 years since I've made an update about my locks. Because that was the last time I was actually researching stuff, was back then when I was looking around at stuff for my locks then. And so I said, what the heck? It's been a long time. Maybe someone would be interested in hearing what's going on with my locks now. So just to kind of refresh anyone's memory, if you haven't seen any of the other videos, I started my locks back in May of 2010. And so when I started them, I had cut my hair all off. I wore a low fro for a while because my intention was to start locks. So as soon as they were long enough, maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches, I started my locks then. So what you see now is 6 years of growth on my hair. And so just as far as my routine, nothing much has changed in regards to what I do on a regular basis as far as taking care of my locks. I still wash and retwist 3 weeks, just because I've gotten a little bit lazier and I've become a lot more acquainted or comfortable, maybe that's the word, comfortable with my bushy roots. Before I used to want to retwist it to death to make sure you couldn't see how rough my hair looked. Now I'm like, I don't care. So I'm more on a 3 week schedule as far as washing my hair and retwisting. And I think that helps too because then that means just a lot less pressure on my roots. Do it as far as retwisting it as often. I use the same shampoo all the time. I cannot think of the name of it now, but it's just lower sulfate. It's not a no sulfate shampoo. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It's like $3.50 at Walmart. And that's because I like suds in my hair. I like to feel like my hair is washed. I don't like how the no suds shampoo thing or the lower sulfate shampoos are. I like to be able to suds it up and get it nice and shiny, full of soap, and then rinse it all out. I use conditioner on my locks every time I wash it as well. So I wash and condition, and I hope that the conditioner helps to balance out the fact that I use, sulfate shampoos. And then I use coconut oil. So nothing changed as far as that. I'm still using just coconut oil to retwist my hair. And that's again because I did not like using gels because I didn't like the buildup that would happen at the roots, and then I felt like that buildup was like staying in the lock itself as it locks, so I didn't like that. So I quit using any gels or any other heavy products as far as that is concerned on my locks. At one time, so like my last video, I talked about interlocking my locks. So I did interlock my locks a couple of times, I think like 3-4 times. So maybe like in a 6-month span back, 3 years back, I interlocked. And then I stopped doing it because I didn't like how thin my locks felt as a result of doing the interlocking. It does feel different than how the palm rolling feels like. And my locks are already on the thinner side. And so I felt that they made them feel too thin. And that's just a personal thing for me. But I like the fact that it makes it low maintenance, so I can wash my hair more often if I'm interlocking. I can wash it more often and don't have to worry about retwisting. So I have done it in the last year or two because I went back home, and so I knew I was going to be at the beach a lot and I would get my hair wet, and so I felt it was a good option so that I wouldn't have to retwist often and my roots would still look somewhat neat and I wouldn't have to worry about it while I was there. So that's the interlocking thing. So this is where my locks are 6 years later. And I guess because, of course it's a braid out, so it looks a little shorter, but I'll turn around so you can see the length of it. I still don't do a whole lot of styling with it. I mean, I love the braid outs because then that means I really have to do nothing. I mean, because I feel it looks good just like this. I get up in the morning and that's it. I don't know. I don't have anything else, I guess, to bring up. So if you have any questions, just feel free to leave any questions or comments in the box below, and I will respond. Alrighty.